The Bhagavad Gita by Swami Chidbhavananda. Introduction. The best among the commentaries. Is there not the possibility of a student getting stranded in a forest among this multiplicity of commentaries? As they run into hundreds, which of them is to be accepted and which is rejected? This is a question that may well baffle a novice. The sunrise has a beauty and charm of its own, and it can be extolled variously by different branches of science. Astronomy, astrology, medical science, natural science, mathematics, meteorology, biology, and several other sciences are capable of viewing this phenomenon, each from its own angle of vision. The sun is the one source of inspiration for all these viewpoints. As the same rising sun provides scope for being variously viewed, so does the Bhagavad Gita allows itself to be commented on in varieties of ways. It gives inspiration to innumerable cults and creeds, and at the same time, it is supremely above them all. A point may now be stated that goes to proclaim the glory of the Gita in an effective manner. There is a commentary that may be claimed to have been the forerunner of the Gita itself. We may go a step further in our pronouncement and make bold to say that the life of Krishna is the grand source out of which the Gita has emerged. Sri Krishna's life is the most sublime embodiment of the Vedantic principles. The greatest contribution that an incarnation of God makes to the world is his life and career. He is necessarily a man with a message. Even more than his utterances, his deeds and exploits deliver that message in unmistakable terms. Through the force of his character, he exerts an abiding influence on those who come in contact with him. His demeanor, under varying circumstances, teaches humanity more eloquently than his declaration, if any. But Sri Krishna did speak on quite a few occasions. The best among his discourses is, of course, the Gita on the battlefield. But the contents of this talk were constantly demonstrated in his career. He preached nothing but what he put into practice all through his life. Therefore, the greatest commentary on the Gita is the life of its author. The first and foremost of his mandates to Arjuna was, "Rise, O hero, casting off your petty faint-heartedness." More significant than this mandate was Madhusudana's remaining firm as a rock under many catastrophic circumstances. His action proved itself more effective than his words. Feebleness found no more quarter in his mind than darkness finds in the sun. He exhorted Arjuna to heroic action, and he was himself an embodiment of superhuman achievements. Parthasarathi that he was, he put it to his disciple to pour forth love in abundance to all. And for his part, he was love incarnate. A champion of righteousness makes no distinction between friend and enemy, was the statement made by Sri Krishna. He proved himself an embodiment of that teaching. He behaved in the manner in which fire does. It burns them to ill contact and serves them to handle it properly. A righteous man's concern is to uphold virtue and to wipe out its opposite. This was the very act that was found exemplified in Govinda's earthly career. Nature is the embodiment of activity. Atman, the substratum behind it, is unaffected by the action. This is one of the cardinal teachings of Sri Krishna. This principle stood supremely illustrated in the teacher himself. All the other characters in the epic of the Mahabharata, rolled into one, did not do a quarter of the work that Sri Krishna did. While the physical aspect of his was engaged in such intense activity, the pure consciousness of the great self in him was ever established in its sublimity. Unlike an ordinary mortal, he never wept nor shed tears. There was nothing in the world to cause him any disappointment. No event did ever spring a surprise on him. Care and anxiety could no more find a quarter in him than mist in the solar blaze. He was ever established in the beaming bliss of self-perfection. Limited as the human intellect is, it cannot fully comprehend the core of Sri Krishna's personality. But to the extent to which one understands Krishna, one understands the Gita as well. The best commentary on the Gita, therefore, is Sri Krishna himself. As time and disposition allow, a student may read any number of commentaries. But their merit can be rightly measured only with the yardstick of the spiritual glory of Sri Krishna. For more information, please visit executiveserenity.com. Thank you.